So next we have Luigi Coppola. Okay, so Luigi Coppola was part of the South Bank Center New Poets Collective. I think it was just last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And I think very soon there is going to be the what do you say? I want to say book launch, but it's not book launch. Showcase.
Yeah, for the new
Yeah,
cohort,
for the new group from this year, and and he was winner of the Poetry Archive Award View and the Britport Prize shortlist. And he was longlisted at the Library and National Poetry Competition. He produces music as The Only Emperor and has a debut collection from from Broken Sleep and both books from Mary and Luigi. You can buy them tonight. So please let's welcome Luigi Coppola.
Patricia, can you play the next track?
The next one.
Next one. Yeah, perfect. That one. Oh, drown him with his gold, 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 oh. Through the waves and winds that blow, here comes a pirate's heart of gold. He lives and breathes for gleams of gold, his dreams all filled with peace untold. Oh, drown him with his gold, oh, drown him with his gold. Drown him with his gold. Drown him with his gold. Looting ships for dusk till dawn, with cutlass sharp and cannon sword. The crew all cheer! A chest and filth, he plunders, robs, he raids and kills. Oh, drown him with his gold. 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 Full night, by full moonlight, he spies a ship, it sails so well. He charts a course with greedy grin, but Jones has plans for all this skin. Oh, drown him with his gold. 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 A war is waged between the ships, as decks are splintered, sails or rip, but seas decide which side will win, with crashing wave and raging wind. Oh, drown him with his gold. 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 Tempest, thunder, darkened sky, the pirate meets a grim demise. With gold in hand, he sinks below to ocean's deep, a selfish soul. Oh, drown him with his gold. 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 Laying low in rock or hold, a tale of grief forever told. He met his end in Davy's touch. The pirate craved his gold too much. Oh, drown him with his gold. 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 Thank you very much. Oh my lord, that's it. Thank you very much. I've got no energy left for anything else. Yes, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure already. I met some lovely people, lovely readers. This is the moment in between poems and songs where I take a bit of a break, a bit of a drink. So, Luigi Coppola. I write poetry. I'm also a music producer. Thank you, Mary, so much for collaborating with me. I hope maybe it's sort of a beautiful relationship going on, and beautifully read as well. Worked so well. So I collaborate with an artist, Mark Shuttleworth. We were both teachers. We still are. And we met in a pub on a Friday, as all teachers do, crying about the week. And I mentioned I was a poet, because I'm a shameless self-promoter. And he mentioned, oh, I draw a bit, I do a bit, I sketch a bit. He's an amazing artist. The book is there. Every piece is art and words and art. And it's a collaboration. So the next piece is What Old Father Earth should be coming up. Yeah, that little guy there. Perfect. So one of our first ones is called What Old Father Earth Asked of His Daughter. No time. My daughter, come and play. No, my father, I cannot stay. But I have built a world for you. I'm sorry, father, it will not do. Or what of the trees that dance in the breeze? I'm sorry, father, they will not please. And what of the cave where sprites rave? I'm sorry, father, I do not crave. Then I will rumble, and I will quake, I will destroy, and I will unmake, I will cave in, and I will tear down, I will burn, and I will drown, unless, O child, O daughter, you stay. Oh no, my father, not even a single day. Well, what of the stream where fish strove and beam? I am sorry, father, I am not keen. Then tell me, child, what do you need? And what can I make to keep you a seed? I am sorry, father, I need the sky where my mother is free to fly. I need the sea where sisters drift. I need the mist where grandmothers sift. Then I will rumble, and I will quake, I will destroy, and I will unmake, I will cave in, and I will tear down, I will burn, and I will drown, unless, O child, O daughter, you stay. Oh no, my father, not even a single day. It is not you. You are not to blame, but father and daughter are not the same. You build on earth, and you call it home. My kin and I, we must rove, and we must roam. Then I will rumble, and I will quake, I will destroy, and I will unmake, I will cave in, and I will tear down, I will burn, and I will drown, unless, O child, O daughter, you stay. Oh no, my father, not even a single day. And go ahead. One of the first pieces of art Mark shared with me, and being a father of 2 teenagers, heaven help me, our relationship is up and down, and I saw that and thought about my relationship with him. So, let's switch it up a bit. This is the moment in like a boy band concert where they sit on a chair and they look people in the eye, it's all quiet. You play Bird on a String, it should be up next. It gives me a chance to breathe as well. This ends the collection, and it is called, you might have guessed, A Bird on a String. Technical difficulties aside. Wild wings whip against the line, knotted tight in a bind design. Strung up spasm, black and grey, its feathers catch and strain and fray. A bird on a string, a bird. A bird on a string, a bird. It twists its head to scan the sky as claws clutch air too warm, too dry. It gasps for life, not hung mid-flight. It is wrenched, earthed, a tangled kite. A bird on a string, a bird. A bird on a string, a bird. Narrow shadows of spit and snare meet, a tethered hymn and a strangled prayer. The string is taut, it hums and it sings as clear skies fill with freer wings. A bird on a string, a bird. A bird on a string, a bird. Thank you very much. Mark has never been happy with that because the bird on string is a detail. It's only like 1/8 of an original image he did, and I snipped it, and he shouted at me so much. But I think he was happy with the poem in the end, so that's fine. It's all good. It's all fine. This is fine. Thank you. Yeah. So next piece. Yes, I think this one here. Yeah. This is called A Prayer for Hares and Rabbits, and it's a composite of 2 images. The second one was his wedding invite. No, please. The song's more important than me rambling on. A Prayer for Hares and Rabbits. The rabbits, rapid, racing heights, a fearful, nervous heart inside. Hares' ears twitch when howls are heard, and off they go, so furred and spurred. Oh, Elerara! Oh, Tuyashem! Oh, when up! Oh, protect them. Keep them from harm, from any threat, and never let their skinned sun set. Across the field and into the burrow, hares know danger in their marrow. Rabbits, kittens clamour to a warmth as dirt shakes down from crumbling walls. Oh, Elerara! Oh, Tuyashem! Oh, when up! Oh, protect them. Keep them from harm, from any threat, and never let their skinned sun set. Oh, Istra! Oh, Artemis! Watch over bloodshot eyes. Oh, Holder! Oh, Aphrodite! Hear please hear their chattering cries. Oh, Elora! Oh, Tuyashen! Oh, Wenat, where are you? Oh, protect them! Keep them from harm, from any threat, and never let their skin's sun set. Oh, Elora! Oh, Tuyashen! Oh, Wenat! Oh, protect them and keep them from harm, from any threat, and never let their skin sun. Thank you very much. Anyone else watch? Okay, pause. I can't do that again. Watership Down as a kid. Oh, well, mentally scarred me at the time. And then the mythology. Yeah, it's all based around. Anyway, so should I do one or two more, or 10 more? What do you mean? Well, I'll skip the title. I think I'm going to go for that one. Yeah. So Mark and I are both teachers, and the students you're about to meet are all real students I've met and tried to teach. It's called The Elephant in the Example. Tommy sees numbers in a sea of letters, all shapes contorting and distorting. There's an elephant in the example. Amira's hand cannot handle the pen. Its hidden river flowing uphill. There's an elephant in the exam hall. Leslie prays to the God of questions, but they aren't asked anything. Ever. There's an elephant in the exam hall. Mohammed's eyes file midnight receipts while trying to keep his head above orders. There's an elephant in the exam hall. Euron keeps counting the clouds for the trees and scratching off the silver lining off of every forest. There's an elephant in the exam hall. Tomorrow, the same dawn will rise on the same desks, on the same tests that Tommy, Amira, Leslie, Mohammed, and Euron will take, all with the same elephant in the exam hall, expanding and screaming and bleeding, hanging above them all, dribbling down crosses and zeros on every single word they will not write. There's an elephant in the exam hall. Can't you see it? There's an elephant in the exam hall. It's right in front of your eyes. There's an elephant in the exam hall. Won't somebody please think of the children? There's an elephant in the exam hall. Thank you very much. I've not put in their surnames, but they're 5 students I remember over 20 years of teaching, and it's rigged. Yeah, you all know that. Anyway, I'm preaching to the converted. Right, last song, I think. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. Plug. My book is available to buy. It's £20 because it's colour. Oh, pause, I'm not ready. I do have a free prize draw. If you look in that corner, Mark has given us some framed A3 artwork. If you share anything online or you buy a book, woo! I'll put you in a free prize draw and you can win that at some point. But thank you so much. Buy Mary's books as well. Okay, so this is my final piece. And it is about a god made of string, a string god, if you will. And while it's playing, I want you to imagine this god holding your hand, this very, very fibrous hand, of course, and hopefully he will give you a blessing tonight. This is called the string theory. We settled on string, having tried and failed to use, among other things, wood, plastic fire bread, talcum powder, vitamins, and thoughts. First, we pulled apart the strands and untwisting of a Russian doll's hair, each whip laughing at the hair on the hand that tugged them free. It spoke to us in our dreams. We woke to rope burns on faces, our bodies strung up. It spoke to us in our dreams, a tourniquet of faith, good catch, blood and hope clogging our veins. We licked each egg, thread from a cosmic needle, and we burnt loose wisps away. We pulled and tugged and jerked until held erect and then parallel to our feet, quivering at the tension. Then the real work began. We made shapes and outlines, twined and twirled till a form formed in the air, a structure of twine, a frozen explosion. It spoke to us in our dreams. We woke to rope burns on faces, our bodies strung up. It spoke to us in our dreams, a tourniquet of faith, blood and hope clogging our veins. Mercurial, morphing, warping, twisting in the breeze of our sighs. That night we rested in its shadows, exhausted children in a spider's cradle, with lines of black cast on sweating skin. Yes, it spoke to us in our dreams. We woke to rope burns on faces, our bodies strung up. It spoke to us in our dreams, a tourniquet of faith, blood and hope clogging our veins. Yes, it spoke to us in our dreams, a tourniquet of faith, rope burns, our faces strung up. It spoke to us in our dreams, a tourniquet of faith, blood and hope clogging our veins. Venn diagrams. Thank you so much for listening. I've been a huge compliment. Mark Sharworth has supported with his art. Thank you so much for listening. Gorgeous. There's no way I can do any more. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Cheers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think so.
So, Dr.
Yes,
Your
miss.
question.
What the hell was that?
Well, yes. But I guess we might have to buy the book and to see what the hell.
Well, so.
So did you always have this interest in having poetry just not on the page?
I'm a firm believer that there should be no division in art. And I think that the further you go back in history, there was no division. People would go along and listen to each other and hear each other. There'd be music, there'd be painting, there'd be dancing. There was never a division. And from a Marxist interpretation, I think the only way you can sell art is if you label it and you divide it and you're able to categorize it and put a label and a price on it. And it's divide and conquer. And part of what Mark and I want to do, he would argue that we're just drunk. I would argue that our plastic aesthetics have combined to create something completely unique. The Venn diagram of Luigi and Mark coming together. And I'm also a bedroom DIY music producer, as Mary knows. And so every poem or piece of work I put to music as well. There's a video. Every poem in the book has a link tree to various resources. Tonight's video might be on there as well. So I think it's really, I love collaborating with people as much as possible. So if anyone does want to collaborate with me, let me know. Does that answer the question?
Yes,
I've got one question.
Yes. So you said that, for example, in these videos that we saw tonight, are they all from the same person? No.
I made them.
No, sorry, I mean the drawings.
Yeah. So they're all from Mark Shuttleworth, and so there's 40 plus pieces in the book. So on the left-hand side is my work, my poetry, and on the right-hand side or wherever is a corresponding piece of art. And sometimes he would make the art. Yeah. So in this case, I wrote a poem, I assume I was drunk at some point, about a god made of string. Mark liked the idea, and I send him maybe 10 or 12 poems, and he ignores me for 11 of them. And he goes, oh, I quite like this one, which is quite insulting, really, but he'll pick one he likes and go, oh, right, that will spark his imagination. And I never know what will spark his imagination. So I said, out of 10 or 12 poems, I sent him a poem about the god of string. And he'd create something like that, for example. And it works the other way around as well. So sometimes Mark will give me a piece of art. That first piece of art about the father and the daughter, I saw that 15 years ago in a pub. And it spoke to me instantly as a father. I have a 17-year-old daughter, 15-year-old non-binary. And our relationship, as you can imagine, goes up and down all the time. And things like that sort of spark. And it works both ways. Sometimes Mark will be interested in stuff I do, sometimes he won't. So it's I'm very much throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Yeah. And it's taken us 15 years to build up towards a collection.
Yeah. So you clearly like rhymes.
Yeah, which isn't very fashionable, unless as soon as you move into the music industry, and then 99% of songs rhyme, for better or worse. And I think the pieces you've seen tonight, the 5 or 6 pieces, happen to be pieces that rhyme because they suit musicality. And I would say probably fewer than half of the poems are rhymed in the actual collection. But it's not a coincidence that the ones that work with music happen to rhyme, or don't sometimes, or there's alliteration or assonance or consonance, any kind of sort of sonnet aural imagery, and it happens to have a musicality to it. It's not a coincidence, I think. And then that's when the Venn diagram of music and poetry comes together, especially when you get lyrics. I'm sure we can all think, I'm a massive Beatles and Bob Dylan fan. The best. Yeah. I mean, their best work is poetry. The best song lyrics are poetry, and that's where the division should happen in art, because the best lyrics are poetry. There's elitism there when you start to divide things up. Some of the best nursery rhymes are incredible. I'm a massive Edward Lear fan. The Owl and the Pussycat, Duck and Kangaroo. Some of his lyrics are absolutely insane, insanely crafted poems, but they're dismissed because rhyming isn't fashionable in the poetry world, and maybe that's something that the music world. Maybe that's why music is, in a billion-dollar industry and poetry isn't. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe we are the ones who are going to change it.
Perhaps tonight. Let's start a revolution, and it will not be televised.
So the last question, I guess, is about your book. So how did you manage to convince an editor to put color illustration? First of all, illustration. Yeah. And second of all, color.
So Aaron Kent, who's a great editor, reads for Broken Books. I actually submitted under his category of wildcard, which I quite liked the definition of. So I think he was instantly open to something that wasn't just traditional. And so I think, and he told up Mark and I that what he doesn't just take work because it's illustrated. It's because Mark and I have built a relationship over a decade and a half. The art is intrinsic to the poetry, and the poetry is intrinsic to the art. So I'd like to think that he picked up on that, and it wasn't just, oh, I've got a book of poems, let's hire an illustrator. Mark and I we argue all the time. We're mates and we're drinking buddies, so it comes to blows sometimes. But there's an ekphrastic collaboration that is intrinsic to the process. Having said that, it's my daily poetry collection after 30 years of writing. And I've got, this might represent a tenth of the writing I have. It just happens to be the work that has clicked with Mark as an artist. And so for me, that actually elevated my own work, because it's another artist that I respect. Don't tell him I respect him. But another artist I respect saying, oh, this poem is good. I want to spend hours of time on a piece of art for it. That makes me feel that that's a purposeful piece of art. As opposed to you writing something in your room and thinking, oh, this is the best poem in the world. But as soon as you give it to someone else, that's the real test. As soon as it's heard. Which is why I think open mics are so important. Jimmy Carr, the comedian, talks about how being a stand-up comedian is one of the only art forms where you have instant feedback. People laugh or they don't. You know if a joke works or not. And I think you have that with poetry as well. When you read it out loud, it either works or it doesn't. And it might work on the page. It might work with an illustration. It might work with a song. And I want to find that Venn diagram, that sweet spot.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.